I'm Jacques Slade, and it's been a very busy week when it comes to sneakers. So, let's talk some kicks. You know that moment when you go to a store to buy a pair of shoes and you don't know exactly what you want, so you either buy the flashiest or the most expensive pair? Yeah, well, that's not exactly the right way to do it. Our good friends over at the Sneaker Report and Nightwing2303 put together a list of the top 10 things that you should consider when buying a pair of shoes to ball in. Now, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but two of the things are cushioning and durability. Now, if that's not enough for you, I suggest you go ahead and take a look at the article before you go buy your next pair. Just like Burn Rubber and their Spirit of Detroit Reebok Classic Leather, it looks like Packer Shoes in New Jersey is also getting their own version of the Reebok Classic Leather. Inspired by the 1979 running shoe, the Reebok Aztec, they're calling theirs the Reebok Classic Leather Aztec. The model is inspired by the older shoe and features blue, yellow, and red all over the upper. Plus, they also use premium mesh leather and nubuck on the upper to make it look really nice. For those of you that plan on grabbing a pair, they do release on March 23rd at Packer Shoes in New Jersey and also at Soulbox in Germany. March Madness has officially kicked off, and Nike and Jordan definitely have some kicks you should be looking out for. First off, Nike schools such as Oregon, Ohio State, and Penn State will be rocking the Nike Zoom Hyper Disruptor, while schools such as Cal and UNC will be rocking the M9, while Georgetown actually gets a special pair of the Air Jordan 28s. And speaking of the Air Jordan 28, those that are playing in the Jordan Brand Classic will actually be rocking a new elephant fractal print version of the Air Jordan 28 in the game. In addition to March Madness, the NBA playoffs are also right around the corner, and Nike Basketball is getting the jump on things with the Elite Series 2.0. Like last year, the Kobe and LeBron signatures have been updated with carbon fiber and Kevlar to make them stronger, but also to make them lighter. However, Kevin Durant is actually getting in on the mix this year instead of the Hyperdunk. Now, Kevin Durant is totally changing the look of his shoe. For the regular season, it was a high top, and for the Elite version, he's going with a low top, which is definitely exciting. I definitely want to get a chance to try these out. Now, there are a lot more details about these shoes, and you have to stay tuned because I'll be doing some more videos about these as we get closer to the release date, which is April 28th. As with every weekend, it seems there are a few releases on the calendar that I wanted to let you know about, but one in particular that I wanted to let you know about was the Nike KD5 Aunt Pearl. This model is scheduled to drop on Saturday and should be available at House of Hoops locations for $135. Other releases on the roster include the Nike Barkley Posit Max in black, or what some are calling eggplant, for $235. The Reebok Sneaker and Stuff Question Crocus released back on the 20th, which was a couple days ago. And finally, the Packer Reebok Leather, which I mentioned earlier, will drop on Saturday. And of course, there is the Air Jordan 11 Bread restock this weekend, and you can click right there for all of the details. Last week, for the question of the video, I wanted to know what was the most slept on sneaker so far in 2012. Well, as always, you guys came through with some dope answers. First up, we have Jack Murphy, who vouches for the Air Jordan 3 Crimson, and I know a couple people that will vouch for that as well. And next up, we have Genius UB, who is all about the Nike Air Force One Black History Month, and I have to agree with that because the leather was buttery. And finally, we have ZZ Sleepman. I'm just going to say Sleepman Fool, and his pick is the Adidas Jeremy Scott Totem Pole, which I definitely think were slept on, but I do think they only released overseas, but don't quote me on that. For this week's question of the video, I'd like to know, what do you think about when you go pick out shoes that you're actually going to play in? Now, it doesn't matter what sport it is, just let me know down in the comments, and as always, I'll read back some of your comments next week.
And now we have a heat check. Don't forget to smile.
For the heat check this week, it is the Kobe 8 Easter. I really like these. I've been wearing them for the last couple of days. Really nice shoes. I've actually done a performance review. You can click right over there for the performance review of the Kobe 8. Really nice shoe. Really love playing in them. Love the lunar. Feel great on the court for me, and they look good when you're just wearing them around. So it is the Kobe 8 Easter. These actually release next week on the 29th. So if you're in the market for a pair of nice looking basketball shoes, I definitely recommend the Kobe 8. Well, that's going to do it for this show. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you know about all the good stuff that's happening here on the channel. I am your host, Jacques Slade. This is the Weekend Sneaks. Click here for something random, and I'll see you next week. Peace.